Welcome, this is Claudian from JTV, and I'm here to hopefully guide you through a tutorial on how to set up broadcasting the way I do, and hopefully dispel any questions about how to set things up, why isn't this working. I'm going to show you exactly how I do it, and hopefully help you in your setting up for your broadcasting, whatever it might be. I just want to say right off the bat, this tutorial is for intermediate to advanced users. So if you're not one of those kind of persons that are kind of okay with setting up in a couple technical terms, I'll try to break it down. This is probably not for you. For those people, I want to suggest a couple things. I'm going to put up some links here on the screen of other programs you can use in conjunction with JTV's own broadcasting site. There's Minicam, there's Super Webcam, and Webcam Max. Those are three programs I suggest, all beginning to, intermediate people, if you don't feel comfortable with this tutorial, to pick up. For the rest of us, feel free to continue watching this tutorial. Before we get totally into this thing, I just want to let you know my system specs. I get a lot of questions about that. Currently rocking 4 gig of RAM, a 4850 Radeon ATI Sapphire series video card. I'm running dual core on the processor. Although I have done broadcasting with the other programs like Minicam and Super Webcam on single core processor and 1 gigabyte of RAM. It hurts the system a bit, but if you've got 2 to 4 gig of RAM, you should be able to do this with no problem, and it should be fairly smooth. So just letting you know my system specs, to let you know that I'm kind of beefy when it comes to this, but if you've got 2 gig of RAM and you've got a decent video card, you should be okay. I get a lot of questions. Are these programs free, and where do you get them? First, they are free, and it's legal to get them. Second, where do you get them? I'm about to show you. Feel free to pause any time in this video in order to snag one of these links for yourself. First one is Adobe Flash Media Encoder. When you hit this web page, there will be a download link about halfway. 2.5 is the current version as of now. It'll ask for an email and a password. Sign up. It's free. Just tell them not to spam your email box, and you'll be good to go. Once you've signed up, you'll be able to go to their download section and download Flash Media Encoder 2.5. The second program to download is the VH Screen Capture Driver. This is the brains, so to speak, of the operation. Definitely need this program. You can actually have this program and not use Adobe Flash Media Encoder, but for the sake of our tutorial, we're going to be using both. So here's the website. When you reach the website, you'll see some information here. You want to go to the download section over here under VH Screen Capture Driver, and once you hit that, you get to another prompt, and you can either choose the download or the mirror. Alright, next step is to install it onto your computer. So start by installing either Adobe Flash Media Encoder or VH Screen Cap. When you get up to VH Screen Cap, it's going to ask you at the end of the installation whether or not you want to associate any files. Don't associate any files and continue on. Alright, so I've opened my WoW. My resolution settings for WoW are currently set at 1152 by 864, so it's 4:3 scale. And I apologize about WoW being frozen. It's just this screen capture program that I have called ZD Soft Recording or whatever just does not agree with WoW. So pretend that WoW's working, and it will actually leave some marks on the screen. Ignore it. That stuff normally doesn't happen. It's just the program itself. So let's get to it. We're going to start by setting up VH screen capture, which you can do by going to Start, going to Programs, and by the way, this is for XP. I do not know if it'll work for Vista. You go to the tab here, and VH screen cap, and then you want to go to Config. It's going to ask you to select a driver control. There won't be one here. Maybe there will, maybe there won't. I just go to create a new one, okay? You go to create a new one, and then you should get this other screen here, okay, with some settings. I have my frame rate set to 60. I've got the various options here checked, okay? These are my settings, okay? So whatever works for you, works for you. Maybe you're different, maybe you're widescreen, who knows what you are. So it may or may not work for you. The big thing for me here is to go to the Capture tab, and under the Capture tab I've got some options here. Setting specific Windows stuff and all that fun stuff I found just doesn't really work too well. I just click this button here for the Windows selection tool. I click it, and then click the region selection tool. I'm sorry, don't even click the window selection, just the region one. And then you'll get this box in the top right corner. And I'm going to pick from about here. Doesn't have to be exact, guys. I'm going to drag it all the way down over here into this corner. Okay? So that's configuring it. That's configuring VH screen capture driver. That's all you've got to do. Then you're done. You're on to the next step. Alright, now we're going to set up Flash Media Encoder 2.5. Here's how to do it. You want to go to this link here. This is the JTV website help page for setting up Adobe Flash Media Encoder 2.5. Follow the instructions here, and once you follow that, we're going to head over to Adobe Flash Media Encoder and start setting up some settings. Alright, now we're ready to do the final touches, set up the last bit of Flash Media Encoder settings, and start our first broadcast. So we're going to click the Flash Media Encoder button here. When you do that, Flash Media Encoder is going to come up, and then you should have what's known as VH Multi-Camera Studio pop up. This is for advanced users who want to put other streams or other links or whatever. Like I have my little chat block on my window. This is for advanced users. Maybe I'll do another video for this. It'll be short. But for now, we just want to get broadcasting, so you don't need this. We're going to go to Adobe Flash Media Encoder, and unfortunately, again, I apologize about the screen capturing equipment. It doesn't agree, but what should show up in your input box here is whatever's in your screen that you have captured for VH screen cap, whatever the settings of the dimension of the window, that will be what's in there. Okay? Here's the settings that I have for Adobe Flash Media Encoder. And then, you know, for streaming over there on the right hand side, if you've done the Justin TV tutorial just right, you should have something that looks like this, not exactly something that looks like that, because my settings are different. So and then you want to hit start, and when you hit start, you'll be broadcasting. And if you have frame rate issues, I actually have a solution to that. You start up Windows Media Player, and you have some sort of, what do they call them, visualization. You have it playing just a little bit. You drag it on your screen wherever your capture area is. You have it playing. You pause it, and then you drag it off the window of where you're capturing. This will correct any frame rate issues. One other thing I forgot to mention was audio. Audio is an important part. You can either do a microphone like I do, and I have my device set to Planetronix headset. That is what I use. Or you can go for the your soundboard itself. Now, to get sound into your computer to broadcast, there's a couple ways of doing it. Either you can have a microphone next to your speaker, and then that way you can talk, and then your speaker can pick it up. The other way is to have a mixer where you can have a microphone and your computer stuff going, so you don't have to blare your speakers. Mixers run anywhere from like $35 to thousands of dollars. So here are the ones that are 55-ish do the job well. And the other way you can do it is through in-game audio. In-game audio. The audio can be fed through an inline device, and you can make the microphone the inline. The way I do it, I actually have a cord running from my speakers from the game into my microphone, into my soundboard, because I use a USB microphone, so I don't really need the soundboard, and that's how I broadcast the game sound. So, questions, comments, concerns, feel free to message me via JustinTV. Again, my username is Claudian, and I thank you for watching this tutorial.